Here now with more from the Trump Organization. Eric Trump is with us. You know, let me deal with this issue. By the way, can you confirm, has the Secretary of State been chosen? Is it Senator Marco Rubio?
Listen, Sean, I'll let my father confirm that one, but I'm a big fan of the senator. He's an amazing guy. I was just with him a couple days ago. He worked very hard on the campaign, and we're a big fan as a family of the senators. But I'll let my father break that news.
Okay, fair enough. You are the head of the Trump Organization. I thought I'd give it a shot. I'd give it my best shot. Let's talk about the death of legacy media. What you and your family have been through since the moment your dad came down that escalator, and all the lawfare and all the weaponization and everything, Russia, hoax, 51 former intel officials, FISA warrants, trials, charges, depositions, the whole bit. The media went hog wild over all of it, and the American people didn't buy any of it. That's what I interpret out of this election. What do you say?
Well, the media's lost all their credibility. And listen, my father won the popular vote by, 5 million votes, the largest electoral college, victory in, 50, 60 years in this country. And clearly he had a media that was 98% against him every single day. And by the way, Sean, let me just remind you, this is the same media that we as a family knew so well. You see Joe and Mika on MSNBC every single morning, and they're trashing him every morning. I mean, they used to spend half the weekends at Mar-a-Lago. They were there all the time with my father, right? This is Oprah. Oprah, another person who used to love going to Mar-a-Lago. Erin Brunette, right? Same thing, was always, always around. We'd have lunch with her in Trump Tower all the time. The Anderson Coopers, the Don Lemons. I mean, we literally knew them all, and they loved us, right? They loved us. Donnie Deutsch, he was begging to be on The Apprentice. They loved us until my father decided to go down that escalator, and then like this, it all changed, right? It just all changed. It was a pile-on all day, every single day. They knew his heart and soul. They knew us as a family. They were friends of ours. And it all changed when he went down that escalator. But clearly they got the American people wrong, because no matter how bad their coverage was, my father had maybe the most decisive victory in the history of American politics. And so I think the media has, a lot of inward reflection to do. I'm not actually sure if they're capable of doing it, because they are elitist, and they pretend to be smarter than everybody else, and what they say goes, right? And we've seen that for years and years and years. But I do think that the media in this country has less credibility than it's ever had before. Hence the reason that the podcasts are doing so well. Hence the reason that Joe Rogan's doing so well. Hence the reason when my father goes on with Elon Musk on Twitter Spaces, he had 2.1 billion total impressions, from that. I mean, the landscape of the media is changing drastically because the American people do not trust them.
Yeah, they don't trust them. And by the way, they have earned that distrust. And, I feel like I was in the forefront of this revolution and this shift between, now being on radio for over 30 years and being here on Fox for 29 years, and legacy media, they have no influence at this point. And they thought for sure that they had called this election. Tom Homan is going to be on. I went through all the numbers, all the statistics. We know that there are known terrorists, there are cartels. We know about the drugs, the murder, the rape, the violent crime, all of it. And we're going to talk about something that your father has promised to do, and that is to get rid of people that did not respect our laws, borders, sovereignty, especially criminal illegals that Harris and Biden led into the country. Now, I think there's ways to do it and do it compassionately. Maybe give people a window, a period of time. They can self-report, and then they will be deported. We'll fly them back to their home country. Maybe put some money in their pocket and let them rebuild their lives, and allow those people in a year to apply to come into the country legally. But if people don't self-report, then at that point, when they get caught, they're going to be flown out of the country, returned to their home country, and they will never have a chance to become a legal citizen. Does that sound like a decent idea or no?
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea. I mean, listen, you've had 20 million people come across the southern border, and you wonder why housing prices have gone through the roof. I've personally lost 4 friends to fentanyl, meaning 4 friends of mine have children that have died to fentanyl. You have police departments all over the country that are running out of Narcan, right? That's how much fentanyl is coming all over the border, and they're not doing a damn thing about it. And I can't tell you how heartwarming it is when I see a guy like Holman who's dead serious about solving this problem, making sure, I mean, you had a great little segment just now on terrorists that are inevitably coming into the country. There are people coming into this country over the southern border that want to do this country harm. It's just a matter of time. I agree with you. It's not if, it's when. And that cannot happen in the United States of America. Second of all, there's millions of people who want to come into America and they want to do so legally. And they're willing to wait in the line. And they're willing to learn the language. They're willing to pay the taxes. They're willing to, to verify who they are. And we know that they're not going to be bad actors. And yet they're denied every single day. Yet you have 157 hotels in New York City that are full of illegal immigrants who literally broke the law. And us as taxpayers are paying for every single one of them to literally be housed in the nicest hotels in New York. We're not doing anything about the drug pandemic. We don't know who these people are. They are going to inflict harm on the United States, and they did so illegally. And I can't tell you how much safer it's going to. Of course it is. It's just a law of big numbers, Sean. I mean, that's all it is. It's a law of big numbers. It's it's going to happen, and it has to, or else our country is not safe. You were quoted in the Daily Mail that your father wants no part of retribution, and you were talking about restoring agencies that have been politicized, like the DOJ, FBI, our intelligence agencies, to their former greatness. The FBI used to be the greatest law enforcement agency in the world. Our intelligence agencies were the best in the world. You said he wants no part of it. If you listen to the media, and I have less than a minute, explain what you mean by that and the Hunter comment that you made. My father wants to make America great again, and the legal lawfare has torn our nation apart. Other than Donald Trump, I am probably the biggest victim of the legalization of the weapon, or the weaponization of the legal system in this country. There's no question about that. The subpoenas, the nonsense. He wants to fix our economy. He wants to fix our border. He wants to stop the wars. He wants to stop the endless killing. He wants to make our cities safe. He wants to reduce taxes, greatest economy, greatest everything. He wants to be number one at everything we do, Sean. And honestly, if you're using the legal system as a weapon, it can't happen. It can't happen. We'll be no better than Venezuela. And so he wants to get to serious business, stop the games, and restore the greatness of the greatest country in the world.
Well, the ladies of The View can breathe a sigh of relief that Donald Trump's not going to silence their voices. Rachel Maddow can still peddle her conspiracy theories. Unbelievable. Eric, great to see you. I know you work very hard. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.